Walking with Bartram.
William Bartram, among several other people who have come into contact with the Cherokee Nation in the historic period in the 18th and 19th centuries, I think he found his expectations exceeded by what he found.
This is sort of give you some sense of what his views were on Native American. This is a letter to Benjamin Smith Barton. Who has a stronger claim to this country than the Indians? If priority of possession gives the best right, surely they have it. But were we to think and act as just and grateful men, to suffer ourselves to consider that their ancestors were the friends and protectors of the infant states of Carolina and Georgia, we should soon find that they have a right infinitely superior to any other claims.
November is Native American Heritage Month. So this month, as we hike from Jones Gap to Hickory Knoll Road, we learn more about the Native American culture and history in this beautiful area.
The pre-contact Cherokee Nation is a state that is first and foremost a democratic one. It is a series of federated townships that all have a series of political and social obligations to larger mother towns that all act in conjunction as a federated system. Each one has a local assembly that votes by consensus, and failing consensus falls back to majority. It is divided into various demes or clans, and land is usually divided between different mothers within these clans. The first and foremost among those is the clan mother, and the land is worked communally. Although the society does contain individuals, it is not an individualistic society and inherently works in small conjoined groups. This is part of a larger system of civics that's called Gaduging, or what pulls us together. This system of civic obligations is what allows us to elect leaders, and we actually have multiple different executives. There is the first beloved elder, who is normally a woman, who works as the executive of the township. The two elected leaders that are often translated into English as chiefs are the Red Chief and the White Chief. These three people all act as the executives and approve whatever agendas have been passed through each individual council house within Cherokee towns, and they help oversee and maintain the body of law that operates the town in and of itself. The council house itself is open to all, and you may bring forward any issue, and that's our political system.
The council, or townhouse, is a large rotunda, capable of accommodating several hundred people. It stands on top of an ancient artificial mount of earth of about 20 feet perpendicular, and the rotunda on the top of it being above 30 feet more. William Bartram.
There was on top of the mound a council house. Hi, I'm Elaine Eisenbraun, and I am the executive director of Nequasi Initiative. The mission of Nequasi Initiative is to preserve, protect, and promote culture and heritage in the original homeland of the Cherokee people. Right now, the primary focus is on what we call the cultural corridor from North Georgia along the Little Tennessee River up to Cherokee. Our goal in that corridor is to really bring awareness to the history and the culture and honor the people of the place. The key mounds that we talk about all the time are Nequasi and Cowie and Gadua up in Brayson City, Cherokee area, but there were others too. The place is Nequasi. That's the name of this mound in this community, and that's the correct Cherokee pronunciation, which means star place. It goes down beyond what you can see, another probably 8 to 12 feet, at an angle, so it's much bigger than what is visible to us, and a lot has eroded off the top of it over time. So it was a pretty significant object or place on the landscape. This mound in particular still has a live hearth in it. That means that there's an older fireplace or hearth from a prior council house. And then there's the Nunahi, who are the immortal beings that live inside it and have forever and will continue to. So there's a lot of beautiful heritage about it. Oh, it's slippery. We're standing in a 5-acre triangle, wide at this end and then narrow past the mound down to the Little Tennessee River. And this was a small part of that community that may have had 100 homes and Farms, you have to think about farms in a different context than we do today. It would have been polyculture, which means lots of different crops growing all together in smaller areas. It was the women who were the farmers here, and the farms were the core of the economy. I think it's really special to honor the women who were here, and they were very involved in economic and political decision-making, unlike their European counterparts. There was a lot to that in terms of intercultural understanding.
One of the things that unified the Cherokee Nation in its ancient period was the fact that every council fire within the nation was lit from the coals of the fire at Gadua. Every fireplace was kindled from the same flame so that whenever anyone gathered around the council house, you could gather around knowing that everybody living within your nation gathered around the same fire for the same purpose. That not only speaks to our perseverance as a people, but also speaks to our sense of togetherness. And I think that that's the preeminent thing to take away from Cherokee society, is that the inherent core of all societies is that of people reaching out to one another and establishing bonds.
The vision is that intercultural understanding is universal. And isn't that a beautiful vision for the future? We made it!
Join us on the next hike as we explore the new reroute of the Bartram Trail through downtown Franklin, North Carolina. We will also check out a proposed reroute over Tremont Mountain and kayak on the Little Tennessee River as an alternate to the road walk from Hickory Knoll Road to Franklin. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook. If you enjoyed this, click the thumbs up to see the next episode.